Hello, thanks for watching. I have some Halloween products that I would like to show you and showcase. I have the Fiona the Dancing Witch. I have the Witchin' Heels die set. The stencil is an old Spellbinders set called Layered Full Moon, but I am going to use it in the card that I create for you. I also have the Better Press plate called Scully and the Better Press plate and die set called All Seasons Autumn. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to show you how I created a card using the Witchin' Heels die set. And I also end up using the All Seasons Autumn sentiment as well, one of the sentiments. I also have the stamp set that is available with all the different seasonal sentiments. So those are the products. And this is the stencil set. Again, this is an old set from Spellbinders. It's called Layered Full Moon Stencil Set. You get 4 4x4 stencils and 1 mask. I don't think this is available anymore through Spellbinders, but many of you probably have it or have something similar that you can use even if you just have a piece of heavy cardstock and you cut a large circle in the middle of it. You have what you need to have a basic moon. So what I'm doing is using my Catherine Puller inks. This color is called Pebble. It's a very light gray color. And I'm going to use that for my base. And it's actually, I didn't realize this, but the ink pad is pretty dry. So it takes me a little bit to get a nice little base layer here. I'm not too worried about it though, because I'm going to go in with my next stencil. So each time I put the stencil down, I have to remove the stencil before, and then I tape it down with some tape. Then I use my Post-it papers to create some extra coverage to my stencil so that I don't get any ink on my cardstock. Now I'm using the second stencil, and I'm using the ink called Hoodie. Again, I repeat those steps, and you can see where this is going. We've got the next layer, layer 3, and the ink color, Twilight. We're getting more and more details here with our moon. Our final layer, and I'm going to use the ink color Slate. This is my darkest color. And so I'm happy with that. I'm going to go ahead and mask, using the mask the moon. And I'm going to pull in a dark blue color. It's called Cove Blue. And now I'm going to just ink all around the moon. This is creating my night sky. Again, grabbing that Post-it note helps me to keep my fingers clean. I have a little bit of ink that seeped a little bit, so I just used a paper towel, but I am grabbing this antique linen distress oxide ink, and after my moon ink has dried, I just go over the moon with this antique linen. I think it looks more autumnal, more Halloweeny. And then my witch has some green heels. Now those heels were die cut using a piece of like scrap that I had of hot foil that, you know, sometimes when you have like an extra little piece. I saved it, and I'm glad I did because I was able to give her those green sparkly heels. Now I'm taking the Better Press plate All Seasons Autumn, as well as the sentiment from Scully, which is the Better Press plate that has the pumpkin scarecrow image. And so we've got some really great sentiments: spooky fun, trick or treat, gather together, pick of the patch, so very thankful, and these golden days. And then with Scully, the sentiments are happy, haunting, and to all a good fright. Happy, haunting, and to all a good fright. And then the other one says, hey there, pumpkin. Okay, so basically that's what I did. I used my ink colors to ink in black and in orange. And I used my Better Press paper. Now I'm going to go ahead and ink up Scully. And ink up some of those sentiments, the two sentiments that came with Scully. And I'm using both black, and the orange color that I'm using is called clay. Here goes the clay. And I'm using the Better Press papers, and the color that I'm using on the papers is called bisque, sort of an off-white. And then I just run that through my Spellbinders Platinum 6, my lilac colored Platinum 6. And it makes a really cool, nice impression. Look at that. So you'll see how at the end of this video, I'll have some still photos of the cards that I created. I wasn't able to do the process video for this one. Just in the interest of time, I figured I would at least show you how to ink things up with your Better Press. You can use Better Press ink or archival ink. Those are the ones that work the best. I'm using a magnetic flashlight to move my Better Press plates. It's easier for me than trying to get them up with my hands, and then I get ink all over my fingers. So that's just my little cheat. Works well for me. You guys can do whatever you want as far as that, but because the Better Press plates are metal, they do stick to magnets. I think this one turned out really nice. And you can also hot foil your Better Press plates. Okay, so back to our Witch in Heels. I used the spooky fun sentiment from that All Seasons Autumn Better Press plate and die set. So I'm just trying to decide how I want to assemble my card. And I do have some little bats from a very old die cut set. I don't even know what company, seriously, but I just felt like this card would not be complete without some bats flying around the witch on her broom. I also have some sparkly gems for the stars, and I'm just going to speed this up real quickly just for the sake of time. And just if you can stay tuned to the end of the video, you'll see all the cards that I made, and I'll explain a little bit of how I designed them. And if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. If you're not new to my channel, thank you for subscribing. Welcome back, and thank you for watching. If you like what I'm demonstrating here, please feel free to give this video a thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. I decided I wanted to trim this panel down a little bit, so I'm using my Spellbinders paper trimmer. I should have did this before I put those little sparkly gems on, but it's all okay because the Spellbinders paper trimmer has this nice little guard which I can easily slide my project under. And I am going to use some white cardstock to mat this, and then I'm going to use black card base. So just go ahead and keep trimming till I get to the desired size that I like. I'm going to use some Spellbinders large and small foam squares to pop up my witch. By the way, I did die cut this witch just out of black cardstock, and then I die cut it 2 more times out of black cardstock to give it just some sturdiness and also dimension. But the foam tape definitely gives it great dimension. I'm using my Spellbinders fine tip glue bottle just to glue everything together. These foam squares are very nice. They're just the right size and easy to peel the backing, which is very important. These little bats, I'm just going to go ahead and glue them down. Just deciding the placement here. And the sentiment, again, is from the All Seasons Autumn Better Press Plate and Die Spooky Fun. I really am pleased with how this card turned out. Just love this die set. It's so nice and substantial. Yeah, today's Halloween, and didn't get that many Halloween cards made this year. It's just been so busy with work. But I did have fun creating with these products. Thank you, Spellbinders, for sending them my way. Always happy to share with my viewers these wonderful products available through Spellbinders. All right, so here are some still photos. First, we have the card that we just made. Then we have the Fiona, the dancing witch. Yeah, her legs swing back and forth. The little pumpkin and witch hat came from the Witch in Heels, but Fiona comes with her own broomstick, and I think she is so adorable. And I just created this fun fold card using some old Halloween style paper that I had in my stash. If you'd like to learn how I made this fun fold card, let me know in the comments and I'll make a separate video for you all. Now the next 2 cards feature Scully. What I did was I used Distress Oxide for the background. Actually, I masked the image. I masked it with masking paper because remember I already better pressed it. And then I used some Distress Oxide inks to create a background. And then I used some markers to color in that yellow hue inside the pumpkin. I did the same thing with this one. The only difference is the first one I used white ink for splatters, and this one I used black ink for splatters. And for this card, I have the Better Press Sentiment, plus I grabbed the Trick or Treat from the All Seasons Autumn. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Happy Halloween, everyone. Bye-bye.